When a child first sets foot into school, he is presented with a globe, books on dinosaurs, stories of the moon landing, photographs of the Titanic. The brainwashing starts early. Hold on a sec. A globe? Yeah, that's the flat earth thing. Book of dinosaurs? Dinosaurs didn't exist. Yeah. Stories of the moon landing? It was faked. But the Titanic? You went there? That's fake now? He's like, it was a movie. It was a movie, that was it. You know, that didn't actually sink. It was on a film set and stuff. I don't think I can show this video, but I can kind of show like the news articles. But it's like the biggest facepalm. A police officer in Colorado parked his cruiser on a set of train tracks with a woman inside. A train then hit the car, obviously, and she suffered 9 broken ribs, a fractured sternum, broken arm, and numerous injuries to her head, back, and legs. I don't understand how you can be that stupid. I think that's the stupidest thing I've ever seen. Like a police officer who's supposed to be like perfectly trained and he parks on a train track. Not even like a 12-year-old who had a car would do that. Nobody's that stupid. I guess they are. Gender reveal parties have finally gone too far. Is this? Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Like, screw it. Let's just paint the I mean, water is blue anyway. Wait, what if it was a girl? Would it be pink water? I guess. Man faces up to 40 years in federal prison after large marijuana bust near Wendover. That is a lot. I'm not gonna lie, that's a lot. But 40 years? And foster mom gets 1 year in jail after pleading guilty to killing a 2-year-old. Huh? 1? Okay, swap them. Swap them. I don't care how much it was. Swap them right now. Apparently it's 2 different states though. That's so dumb. Which backwards state gives 1 year for like a murder? Like they were just like, yeah, there were only 2 though, you know? So yeah, you took 2 years, we'll take half from you, right? Do you ever wonder if it's possible for your kids to grow up not knowing what technology is? Raise them on a farm in the middle of nowhere. Never expose them to any modern tech, candles, and typewriters in the home. Fake the map so they think there's no world outside the farm. Is that what you've done? with your car in the back, you know, that automobile? That's pretty tech, right? Pretty techie. Girl on Instagram admits that she loves drunk driving and almost killed her ex. What? Worst was totaling 2 cars in 1 year. I was way too lit driving back from Nocturnal and ended up rear-ending someone. Good news is none of us got a DUI because I told them we got exchange info and dip, or we all getting a DUI because they were effed up raving too. Let me tell you, I love to drive drunk and fast and race. I do not do that anymore, especially because my ex-head almost went through the window. Oh, and I was less than 1K from paying it off and can't afford to total a 3rd car in 1 year. This was my little dagger, my baby. How can you love driving drunk? Like, what thrill do you get out of driving drunk that you can't get out of, like, I don't know, going to a racetrack or something? Or, separately, drinking. You know, not driving, drinking. Customer came in complaining of hearing a whistle coming from the engine. I was about to diagnose the issue as them having douchebag friends. Is that nice. Nice. Homosexuality is a sin. With an exclamation mark. And then Dancing for Jesus says, exactly. We must remember that God is always watching. We are never alone in the bedroom. When my husband and I make love, I can always feel God watching me. It truly elevates the experience. I'll tell you right now, if God is watching you and your husband, you know, I feel like your husband might be a bit gay. I'm just saying, that's a bit gay, right? A Sikh student at the University of North Carolina was forcefully detained by police for wearing his kirpan. That's the knife, right? Oh, okay, yeah, he does have one. I thought at first he like the guy had saw his turban on his head and was like, there could be something in there. I don't know what you're hiding, man. I don't want you, that's detaining. I'm gonna detain you right now. It's probably the knife. Either way, like, it's fine to have, right? It's just a religious thing. I bought a cow for $800. Okay. I sold it for $1,000. All right, nice profit. I bought it again for $1,100. Okay, you lost money. And I sold it again for 1,300. Okay, so you ended up $500 profit? Some of you can't do math. They didn't earn anything. They're actually negative 400. They bought it for 800 and sold it for 1,000, meaning they're still out 600. Then they bought it for 1,100. Now they've spent 1,700. They sell it for 1,300. 1,700 spent minus 1,300 is minus 400. Wow. There it is. There it is. I don't know, because they're so confident they might be right. A millionaire burns a $10 million Frida Kahlo painting to sell as an NFT. Okay, fair enough. If he wants to do that, I guess if he bought it, it's his, right? He could have just sold the actual painting for instead of an NFT, but... So, I have been trying to unschool my mildly mentally challenged 8-year-old child almost 9 years since COVID first started and the school shut down. I just never sent my kids back, lol. Although, let me add, I have always wanted to homeschool, but COVID just gave me the push to do it. So, we started out doing bookwork and he hates it. So that's when I came across unschooling. I would say we have pretty much been unschooling for the past 2 years, just letting him to what he wants pretty much. I'm really struggling with this because I'm thinking to myself he's almost 9 and can't recognize his ABCs or numbers, but he can say them. Whoa! He absolutely loves playing on his tablet, and he would all the time if I just let him. Any advice on how I can go about giving my child learning opportunities without me forcing him to work out of a book? Let me add a picture of the books I've spent a few $100s on, just hoping he will become interested to learn something. Yep, looks like good books. How about you make him read because he needs to? That seems pretty good to me, right? Go to school. A second grader was kicked out of a Christian school in Florida because the parents refused a homework assignment that required pictures in the bathtub. Whoa, send a picture of you doing reading homework in the Hey, yo, teacher, man, that's weird. That's whoa. So it was only one student that didn't do that, bro. You gotta look at that teacher's computer, please. Oh, water slide, yeah. Oh. I didn't add that. That was on the video. Does he just get trapped at the bottom now? Yeah, he's just trapped there. Trapped for, that would be my worst nightmare. I'm not gonna, at least the tube isn't like completely blackout. Otherwise, A real man stands by his woman even if she's pregnant for another man. No. No thank you. What? I'm looking for the stupid guy who painted this dog like a tiger. I ran 2 km to save my life. I only stopped when he barked. Only then I could tell it was a dog. It's a bit of a size difference, isn't there? I feel like tigers are like maybe 16 times the size of this. Man flees a 1.5 hour standoff and gets away. How do you... Wait, they just stood there. They just look... Oh, yo, he planned that. 1.5 hours of plan. Look how many cops there are. And he just gets out. He's like, bye. You should have come. I'm just saying. Russia demands from UN, Ukraine to return arms and equipment which Russians left when fleeing from Kharkiv. They're like, hey, that's not fair. Give it back. Please. Watch your step. Lauren Goodger, that's a name, narrowly avoids walking into a puddle during day out in Essex. Huh? What? Again, 4 years at school, journalist degree, writing for the Daily Mail about a woman who missed a puddle in Essex.
Yep.
2 blondes walk into a bar.
Yep.
You think one of them would say it, wouldn't you?
Say what?
You think one of them would see it?
That's good.
See what?
The delivery wasn't that great, but it's a good joke. I like it. I will never forget the day Republican politician Dean Browning forgot to log onto his burner account and tweeted from his main about being a black gay man. Dean Browning, I'm a black gay guy, and I can personally say that Obama did nothing for me. It's like I'm changing the world one tweet at a time. Yep. I want to see his burner account, though. At least once a month, I randomly remember that Dr. Phil once invited the creator of the Bum Fights video series onto his show to confront him about exploiting vulnerable people for financial gain, only for him to show up dressed as Dr. Phil and point out that he does the same exact thing. Did he shave his head for that? If he shaved his head, that's props. Oh, I wish I had an accent. I wouldn't stop talking all day in it. But you do have an accent, an American accent. I don't know which specific one, but everyone has an accent. Thanks, but I don't have an accent. I'm from the Midwest. We don't speak with accents here. He's right. Americans spoke a non-accented version of English back in the 1700s. I believe British people spoke the same English, but they decided to change into the 1800s and developed an accent over time. So now Americans speak a more neutral form of English, which is why we don't have accents. Hope that clears it up. You know what? It does clear it up. Thank you very much. Thank you. Nobody has accents. Well, I mean, you don't. Moving on. This is called art. This is the legacy and heritage of the West. This is what men of the West fight, sacrifice, and die for. This is victory. That's a pretty good sculpture. Yeah. Is there an example of a female sculptor who committed herself to the same level of detail that a male does with a woman? None that come to mind. That sculpture is an act of worship before heaven, and it shows. The sculptor is a Chinese woman, you dork-ass loser. It's like, not to do with the West, and not a guy. Ooh. Dork is the best insult. Like, I love loser, I love dork, I love geek, I love... What else is good? Like, just... Loser is the best. I like loser. This guy thinks it's cool to kill defenseless animals and then take a selfie? Jerk. Yep. So barbaric that this should still be allowed. No conservation laws in effect wherever this is? Wherever this is? Jurassic Park Island? Is that where it is? If you want to see more videos like that, click on screen. You see them? You see them right there? I think that there. Click them. Nice. And subscribe.